Hello. Now we are going to talk about the lambda expressions. So what is a lambda expressions? So lambda expression is nothing but a function. Again, to create a lambda function, you just need to use a lambda keyword. Here we are saying lambda. Then here this x is the parameter of the function. So here in this functions, we are giving one parameter, that is x, and then we are returning x square. So here we do not need to define any function, we do not need to give any function name. We just need to say lambda, then again pass the parameter after the colon. You just need to execute, like write what are the statement you want to execute in these functions, right? So this is how we create a lambda function. So let's run this, right? And when I create this lambda function, here we can see that it is a function, right? It is a lambda type of function, and then it takes a one parameter, that is x, right? We can also assign these lambda this functions to a variables like this. Like here we are saying this function equal to, then again we are writing this lambda, the same function expression we are writing over here. So when I do this, now we can use this function. So because this variable holds a lambda expression and which is a function data type, so now this func variable also behave as a function data type. We can check the type of func. We can see that it is a function. Now we can even execute this function the normally we execute over here. Like here we're saying func, in the bracket we are passing 3. This means that we are executing the lambda expression. We are passing 3 for one argument called x, and then it will return a 3 of squares, which is 9, right? Now now we can also specify the argument of the lambda expression like we have created. Like over here we are saying this lambda x comma y. So here we are passing two argument, x and the y, and this y has a default value. So here we can also give the default value of any argument, right? So here we have this y value as in 10, and now it is returning x comma y. So whatever the value, so again this function needs only x parameter, which is a default, and then it will return in the form of tuple. Let's run this. So here we are passing this value 1 comma 2. 1 will be assigned for x and 2 will be assigned for this y value. Here we are getting 1 and 2. Whenever we are saying func 1 as 1, we are getting 1 comma 10, right? We can even use this star and double star keyword over here, right? Here we're saying lambda x. So this is x is the one argument. Star args which capture unspecified argument, y which is another argument, and double star quarks which capture unspecified keyword argument, right? And then it is returning all the value. So here we are returning the keyword argument in the form of dictionary. Now let's run this. Here one value we are passing for x, then a and the b will be assigned for the arguments, which is the unspecified argument. Now if you want to pass the value for y, so you have to define like a keyword. Here we are saying that y is equal to 10, and then we are saying a and the b, which is captured by the keyword argument. Let's run this. Here we are getting the value, right? Now the passing the argument, that means lambdas are the functions, right? And can then and we can also pass this function as an argument, right? So here we have, like here we have defined this function apply func, which takes one argument as a simple value, and then the other argument can behave as a function. So fn stands for the function over here. So here we are just giving the name, and now this apply function will return fn of x, or here we are calling this function and passing the same x argument. Let's understand this. So how we can apply this? So here we are calling this apply func. Now this x value we are passing is for x, and then this lambda x and x square is nothing but a function. So here when you run this function, it will execute the lambda function by taking 3 as an argument. Let's run this. Here we are getting 9 as a value. Here we are getting the cube, right? Now we can even make this more generic. Like here we are saying that, so first is the function, and then we are passing args and quarks. So here we are passing unspecified argument and unspecified keyword argument. Now if you run this function, this will execute this function, and then these two arguments and the keyword will be captured by this first function over here. So this will behave like a more generic. So first you have to execute the function, and then you need to pass the keyword and arguments both. Right, let's run this. Here we have this function. This is a function now. 1 and 2 we are passing for the keyword. So again, we can even omit this, like if you do not have any value for this keyword, you can even omit this. So here we have this 1 and 2 is just for the argument value. Right, again same as over here. This 1 is for argument, and then y equal to 2 will be held by the keyword over here. Right, let's say this again. We have this lambda function this, which takes argument and take the sum of the argument, and then we are passing 1 2 3 4 5. So here this 1 2 3 4 5 will captured by the arguments, and this is the value we are passing. So this lambda function can handle any number of argument. Now earlier we were defining the argument over here also and over here also, but now we are not defining how many argument we want. So it can handle any number of argument, right? So this is the output we are getting. Again, we do not even need to create lambda function. You can even find, or you can even pass the predefined function, like we are passing sum function, which is the predefined in a Python, right? And then here we are passing 1 2 3 4 5, which is the argument value. So sum will take these value and take the sum of this all the 5 value, right? No, we can even create another function and pass this function into the apply function, into the another function. You do not like this statement does not have to be a lambda function and the predefined function. You can even create a user, you can even pass the user defined function over here, right? So here we are creating a multiply function which takes 2 argument, and then we are using this multiply function over here. Now the same as here we are using lambda functions. So now I guess all of you know how the lambda expression work. Thank you very much.